Hi, my name is Alex. I'm a museum ambassador from the ASU Art Museum. Today's story is called My Hands Sing the Blues, which is a story about Ramar Bearden. Ramar Bearden was an American artist who was active from the early 1930s to the late 1980s. He was most famous for his collage art, which was inspired by artists and musicians from the Harlem Renaissance and the Civil Rights Movement. He used his art to promote and empower musicians and artists of color. Bearden often described his collage process similar to those of jazz and blues composers. While I read this book to you, notice how the rhyming patterns the author chose reflects jazz and blues melodies, and the artwork is inspired by Ramar Bearden's art style.
My Hands Sing the Blues, a Ramar Bearden's Childhood Journey by Jeanne Walker Harvey, illustrated by Elizabeth Zunon. I snip a patch of color and add a cutout face. Oh, I glue on jazzy blue for sky and add another face. People walk into my work as if it's always been their place. My hands sing the blues when I paint and cut and paste. I never know what I'll create when I paint and cut and paste. I use paper, fabrics, photos, and nothing goes to waste. Today my memory swirls back to my North Carolina past. Swirling days of hot July, picking berries in my path. Just then, a train roars across my canvas with a loud and steamy blast. I'm back as a boy, talking with my great-grandma down the old dirt road. I'm walking with my great-grandma down the old dirt road to the land of the Cherokees from where her stories flowed. Rocking on her creaky swing, we hear the crickets chirp. We feel the humming of Magnolia Mill and hear the crickets chirp. We gulp down warm tomato slices, trying not to slurp. Riding up on great-grandpa's shoulders, I'm a strong and mighty tower. My chin resting on his head, I'm a strong and mighty tower. We're watching the good trains go by hour after hour. We know every train by its swinging whistle tune. Each engineer plays a different whistle tune, like the Atlanta-New York special, sizzling through it at noon. The trains cha-chung on by. Woo woo, woo woo. One more round of whistles. Woo woo, woo woo. The one day I'm waiting on a bench from a train to roll on in. Mom and Pop and me, we're waiting for a train to roll on in, to take us to New York, where a new life will begin. From the south to the north, many more have gone before me. Riding on the railroads, many more have gone before me, wanting to be free like the wind blows through a tree. From somewhere down the track, I can hear that whistle blow. I tap my toes to the beat and hear that whistle blow. The locomotives slide and slow. Lifting luggage up the stairs, the Pullman porter nods at us. Standing by the sleeping cars, the Pullman porter smiles at us. But we can't go in the sleeping cars, and we're not to make a fuss. Tears sting my eyes when I hear the call, "All aboard!" I hug great-grandma and great-grandpa, then I climb aboard. I settle in my seat and wonder what we're traveling towards. Tink-a-tink, tink-a-tink, the engine picks up speed. Knock, knee. Tink-a-tink, tink-a-tink, bye-bye Trade Street Station. With a thrumming and a drumming, the train hums a tune to me. I press my nose against the glass and watch the world whizzing by. A patchwork quilt of greens and golds, the world whistling by. Farms and fields of cotton, roosters pecking bugs nearby. I spy a woman, by a washtub, staring up at me. I wonder what she's thinking, staring up at me. Maybe that tomorrow so far away I'll be. The train glides up to Harlem, New York. That's where I am right now, painting what's inside me, sharing stories of my past and the joys and fears inside of me. Like a flower, I have roots in my Carolina past, roots sunk deep in my childhood long past. The people and the places are in my art to last. When I begin something new, I take it slow and steady. I let myself become my art and take it slow and steady. I'll lag behind the beat until I'm sure I'm ready. I want my art to touch each of us so we can understand. I want to follow roads from secret places so we can understand. That the blues sing for each of us all across the land. I'm like a singer calling out, then holding back. I'm like a trumpet player blowing loud, then dropping back. When I put a beat of color on an empty canvas, I never know what's coming down the track.
Thank you for watching and listening. Please stay tuned for more stories next week. Stay safe and have a great day.